Hey guys, I'm Aeron X from the Wrestle Plug. Um, Man, normally I really enjoy doing breaking news pieces and things like that just to kind of entertain you guys and keep you updated and give my thoughts. Um, but yeah, as you all know by now, Jermaine Pugh, better known as um, Jay Briscoe, passed away recently, a few hours ago actually, earlier yesterday, in a car crash, which is fucking bullshit. Um, it's tragic. He was 38 years old. Right? I just turned 38 today, literally just a few hours ago, um, and it kind of like made me think like how fragile life is anyway. Like my life has been fragile for a long time, but 38 years old, and leaving behind kids and a legacy like his, like just a horrible accident. Like life is so fragile. Yeah, I remember seeing the Briscoe brothers, like literally, pretty much when they first got started, about 2003, 2004, and thinking these motherfuckers, like Jay and Mark, crazy. I thought they were like I thought they were kind of like gangster rapper hillbillies, but I loved it instantaneously. It was cool, like I wasn't used to seeing people like that dress like that. I dressed like, I had a lot of those kind of things going on when I was young. I wore those bandanas and stuff like that, and they just looked so fucking sick, and the facial hair, and they were hairy wrestlers as well, which wasn't a big thing. Like when you think about it, like a lot of wrestlers, the majority of them, they're all waxed and shiny, and these guys look like fucking men. Dem Boys, ironically, but they look so cool. They were so cool, but what stood out was how good they were. They were athletes, and the more they progressed, and the more they stood out, and the more they kind of stuck with those farm roots, and man, they were fucking special. We've done watch-alongs to the Briscoes. I've met the Briscoes several times. I love the Briscoes. Got a lovely photo with Mark. I never got a photo with Jay, and that fucking breaks my heart even more now. I love them both so much. I was very lucky when I got started in the business that I was on, shows helping out or whatever it might be, which they were on. I got to see them wrestle live quite a few times as well, which I'm blessed for now, even more so. Mark gave me his shirt off his own back, legitimately. I wanted a Briscoes t-shirt. So there you go, mate. This is the only one left, and it was off his own back. Still got it. Still got it, man. Yeah, yeah. No, it's fucking bullshit. Watching someone, leave this earth at that age, like I'm the same age. Holy shit, I could be gone. When you quantify like that, it's terrifying. He had an amazing career. 2-time Ring of Honor World Champion. Multiple-time Ring of Honor Tag Team Champions. I gave them Match of the Year. Like 2 weeks ago, we sat down on this podcast and I gave them Match of the Year for their match, the first match against FTR, though you could have frankly given it for any of them. Man. Like, it's weird as a human being, like how much pain do we have to go through? And the answer is infinite. I've really struggled lately with my mental health. Haven't been happy at all. Not really enjoying being alive that much, to be honest. But you soldier through, don't you? You get on with it, and then you see your heroes die at such a young age. Jay's a guy who I asked for advice when I first started. How to talk, how to be, how to, really hammer home that heel character, even on here. Always so generous with his time. So was Mark. I mean, all these, people are asking questions. What do they do with the Ring of Honor tag titles? Blah, blah, blah. Fuck that. I just can't even comprehend. I see Kevin Nash as well talking about suicide on his podcast since he lost his boy. This is an awful start to the year. Like, it's an awful, awful time for so many of us, for so many different reasons. But yeah, no, I just want to remember Jay the right way. We'll watch a lot of his matches. We'll do some watch-alongs of his matches. Yeah. Love you, man. Thank you very much for everything. I know it's, to a lot of people it would have been quite fleeting. He probably wouldn't even remember me, but it was so important to me. A lot of wrestlers are very dismissive of you when you first start. A lot of wrestlers don't give you much. But Jay was so generous with his time, and I tell you what, watching him live and in person was like, I remember the joy of seeing them live. Because for me, they were always one of the greatest tag teams to ever live. And they're definitely, for me, top 5 all time. They are. And, I don't give a shit if people are wanting to argue, because I don't give a fuck right now. I really don't. Life is difficult enough, and then you lose your heroes again, and, death is a part of life, right? We're all gonna die. But when it happens before you get a chance to really complete life, that's bullshit. I just hope he's resting well. I'm not a religious person, but I love to think about that, that squared circle in the sky. And I love this idea that you've got, Owen Hart and Eddie Guerrero and all these incredible legends that we've lost, countless to name. And they're all just, standing there with their hands out. Jay, come and join us, brother. Let's put on the greatest show of the afterlife you'll ever see. And that's probably the only comfort you can take from something like this. But everyone at WrestlePlug, especially myself, would love to extend their love, their prayers, and their well wishes to Jay's family, Jameen's family. If there's anything we can do, just message us, yeah. But yeah, we all mourn the loss of Jay Briscoe, who tragically passed away at 38 years old. Rest easy, brother.